Okay. All right. Next one we have is in mo kneelach, the conditional mood. Okay, and this corresponds to English usually when you have would in the sentence. Okay, and it's kind of okay. There's a couple different things about mo kneelach. This one, kind of like you had in the past, you have a lenition on the beginning of the word, so and a D apostrophe, just the one you would also in the past. The other thing is that there are combined forms for most of these, okay? And you have to use the combined forms. Okay, so to say I would leave it there, dogging and shine. So unlike in the future that you don't pronounce the F's most of the time. Okay, so dogging and shine. And the dogging by itself tells you that it's I who would do it. Okay, that ing ending at the end is the I ending. All right. So there is no way to put with may in the conditional form. Okay. Now the next one you actually pronounce the F here. Okay. So would you leave it there? Wagfa and shine. Okay, so in wagfa and shine, would you leave it there? And how would you say yes? Dogging. Yeah. So you say I would.
Yeah, I would.
Someone says, would you leave it there? And the answer is I would. Okay, dogging. All right. To say he would not leave it there, ni agach she and shine. Okay, now in ADH at the end of a word is hard in Irish because it's pronounced different ways in different situations. Okay, so the one we had up in number 12 to say they left it there or it was left there, the ADH is pronounced u, fagu, and shine. Okay, this one here is pronounced ach. Okay, so ni agach she and shine.
Is there any way you can tell whether it should be pronounced?
If you see this form, you'll know that it's conditional, so it has to be pronounced as an ach. So any ones that's in conditional is pronounced ach, and the ones that are the free verb like that are pronounced u, and you sort of have to know which one it is. And usually from the sentence, you're going to be able to tell which it is. Okay. For example, the one like 34 ni aga, there's going to be some person following it, like Shay, okay, or Sean, or something. Okay. All right. Now the negative question is nach again. So wouldn't she leave it there? Nach wagach she and shine. Okay. And how would you say yes to that? Dagach. Dagach. Yeah. Okay. So would leave. Okay. So the answer to unwagfa and shine, would you leave it there, is dogging. I would. Okay. But the answer to let's say unwagach she and shine, would she leave it there, is dagach. Would leave. Okay. And how would you say no? Niagach. And if I asked you on wagfa and shine, would you leave it there? How would you say no? Niaging. Yeah. Okay, so literally I wouldn't leave. Okay. The one for we would leave is dogamish and shine. Dogamish. Okay. It's a different form. The Shiv one uses dagach again, so or fagach. The question is ka. Okay, so where would you leave it? Ka wagach shive. Okay. The they form is a combined form, so they would leave it there. Dagajish and shine. Dagajish and shine. And then the free verb one, so they would leave it there, or it would be left there, has a fee ending, you pronounce the F. So dog fee and shine. Okay. So, a few things to notice on these. questions are on throughout except for the past, okay, where it's or. So if you look at number 5, it's or og tu and shine. Did you leave it there? Everywhere else it's on. The or lenites and everything else, and the on eclipses. Negative questions is nar in the past and nach everywhere else. Okay, so the past has the funny forms. Okay, negative is near in the past and ni everywhere else, and all of those lenite. Okay. The where question is car in the past and ka everywhere else. Okay. And last one I want to talk about is it's called antenum Briathra, or the verbal noun. And this is what you use to match the English ing, which is a gerund in English, or to do something, which is the infinitive in English. Okay? And we've seen these ones quite a bit, actually. So to leave or leaving is fogoil. And you pretty much have to learn for every word what these are. There's some patterns, but it takes a while before you know the patterns. Okay? So fogoil. So he decided to leave it there is hokrishe e a ogoil shin. So the word sokri, decide, or hokri, decided, typically you have to use this verb in the verbal noun form. Okay? There's other things that we've had in the past that do this. So for example, you could say bawalish or bawalyom is I would like. So I could put that bawalyom e ogoil and shin. I would like to leave it there. Okay? So there's a lot of things that use this construction where you have to kind of flip the words around and use the verbal noun. Okay? Now the verbal noun is also used when you're saying you are doing something. So to say, I'm leaving the house now. Time ig fogoil and tea anish. So the word for house is chach, and tea is of the house. So literally it's I am at the leaving of the house now. Time ig fogoil and tea anish. Time I am ig fogoil at leaving and tea of the house anish now. Okay. Time is short for tame, time. So time ig fogoil and tea anish. I am leaving the house, or I'm at the leaving of the house.
Can you still say tame?
You can say tame, fogal, and chi. Yeah. Okay. The last one's an adject briathra, or the verbal adjective. So the example is you have left it there. Tashe fagha at shinagat. Tashe fagha and shinagat. Literally, ta is, she is it. Fagha is left, and shin is there, and agat is at you. So literally it's like you have it left there. You have left it there. Okay, tashe fagha and shinagat.
How come it has what's she then?
She is the it. So literally it is left there at you, and that means you have left it there. Okay? So the way you say that I have done something in Irish is just rather a convoluted sentence, okay? And the reason is because the way you say you have something in Irish is a little bit different from English. You have to put the ta agam, right? So say I have left it there, ta ship fagha and shinagam, okay? Okay? Or have you left it there, and will ship fagha and shinagam? Yeah. And we'll ship fagha and shinagatarish if you left it there again, you know? Okay? Alright? How are we on time? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the third page. Because all the ones we've done here, now there are a few other forms of the verb that I didn't put on this paper. There's a past habitual one, and there's what's called the subjunctive, present and past subjunctive. But they're used less and for more specialized forms, so you really want to put too much on here. You probably already did, but But if you know these forms and are familiar with them, it'll help you really to kind of understand what you're reading or what you're hearing, because you sort of know how much the words change. Okay? So really the main ones, you have the command, you have the past tense, the present tense, and the future. And you have the conditional, which is like would. And you have these special forms in Irish, the verbal noun and adjective. Now, who has one of these charts? Yeah. So these charts here actually have, this first page that we just went through is all the short verbs or first declension verbs. So if you have this chart here, these are all examples of those kind of verbs. Okay? So we have ordu as a command, which is what they call the mo ordahach. And ye is the past tense. Gachla is the present tense.